Healing crystals, skincare routines, knitting a sweater, fitting in jeans. With Katie and Sarah, no need to worry, you're on a lady journey.
Hello and welcome to Lady Journey, everyone. We're still in Vale. Can you believe it? Episode 3 in Vale. And we're here with the lovely, the dapper, Mike E. Winfield.
Wow. Thank you.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having me.
We never would have got someone. You're big. You're a star.
I like
we never would have gotten you. So you were booked through the festival, and we said if you can get him, we love to have him.
Look at that. I like to be had.
Yes.
Wow, what an opening line.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
We're recording at the beautiful Sweet Basil, a restaurant which I've actually eaten at. Fantastic food. Mark and I, when I performed here, we had a full lunch. It's a gorgeous restaurant, and I believe it has a Michelin star, doesn't it?
Michelin recommended.
Michelin recommended.
And we won Best Cocktails of 2024 of the state of Colorado.
Best cocktails in 2024 of the state.
Yep.
Amazing. And they made us a mocktail. I drink a little bit every now and then, but not in the altitude. Not in the altitude.
Are you affected?
Oh yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm very delicate.
You know what? I've drank my entire comedy career. Right?
Right.
Now my birthday is in February. What happened is I partied hard like I do during my birthday.
Of course.
I think the mistake I may have made is looking back at the videos.
Oh, never look back. You never look back.
I looked back at those performances and I wasn't proud.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my. And you know, the shows are sold out. People are like, oh, we love it. You know, and they bought merch and they wanted photos afterwards. But I looked at it and I was like, oh no, this cannot be the product.
Right.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say quit. I just lightened.
Yeah, like
You know,
you
I
took a
won't
look at
drink
your
before
relationship.
stage.
Yeah.
I will not drink
Right.
before stage.
Yeah.
And after, it just depends on the trouble I want to get.
Mhm.
I don't want to enable you, but that could also just be a natural feeling even when you're
Watching yourself on video, you're saying?
watching. I've had that where I've been like, oh, I did well, I'm bored.
If I see myself, I
on
cringe.
video and
Yeah.
you're like, oh my god.
You're like, that's what I look like?
Yeah.
You know, I've adjusted to the cringe.
Mhm.
You know,
That's good.
The first thing is listening to your own voice. So you have to adjust to that.
Oh,
And
tough.
then you're looking at yourself and you're like, why do you hold the mic like that?
Mhm,
Why do you
mhm.
only look that side? You know, and
Yeah.
you get all these little quirks. And then you adjust it to the ways you like it. So I've adjusted
Yeah.
to the beginning aspects of that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So you're like, no, I know what I did.
Yeah,
like this.
that was
Yes.
problem.
That was
You
the
knew.
problem. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
What were you drinking that night?
Ooh, straight tequila with lime juice on the rocks.
Tequila. People who love tequila, they always want to tell you that it's an upper, don't they? They always, it's an upper.
different.
It's an upper.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, but you're still an alcoholic.
It's definitely a celebration.
Yes. Well, happy belated birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It was a great time.
It is like a nice moment just to take a look at the relationship with alcohol. Just say, what's going on? What's going
Yeah.
on?
I'll
Right.
get with it.
Yeah, right. And I mean, it's like I haven't counted it out. Like I'll pick and choose,
Right.
you know? And I just had to know that I don't need it.
Yes.
That was it.
That's nice.
And now me and alcohol have had that conversation.
Yes.
And now we're moving forward with each other still, just
Going
solved
forward.
it.
You're going forward.
Yeah.
I love
And
it.
we're in a situationship
Yeah.
Yes.
with alcohol.
I love it. Very, very Gen Z.
Yes.
Now you're a great accessorizer. I'm like seeing
Yeah,
you from
you're
across the
very
room. I'm like,
Thank you.
so
Yeah.
stylish.
You know, that
I
is
appreciate
actually
stylish
the secret.
people.
Yes.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I do.
Yeah, I believe actually the secret to style is in the accessories.
Yes. Okay.
That is your opportunity to level up.
Right, because
Yeah.
everybody can wear a jacket, shirt, and pants.
Yes.
It's what you do with the basics.
Absolutely. You can throw a mirror in.
Yeah.
It could be
Yeah.
a bracelet.
Change it.
A little
could be
huggy. Why not?
belt buckle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is a great lady journey tip. This is what our people want to hear.
Is that what they're
Yes,
in here for?
absolutely.
That's what
Absolutely.
Lady Journey is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dig it. Okay, great.
Yeah. Now, where'd you get these sunglasses from? These
Ooh.
are amazing
Okay,
sunglasses.
so this is fun. So what happened years ago, not that long.
Okay.
I was in Atlanta, I was performing, and I went to a kiosk and I found these glasses. And the day I wore them, I needed them. It was sunny out.
Mhm.
but I was getting compliments all day. There was a red pair, right? So I said, I'm gonna just leave them on stage. So I performed in the
Yes.
class, and I was like, oh crap, I felt like a star.
Yes. A sexy Mitch Hedberg.
It's a very, I know it wasn't calculated what you did. It's a smart move.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's just because if we were thinking in a marketing aspect, it sets you apart from everybody else. Nobody's
Yes.
wearing glasses on stage.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Maybe
And-
Elton John. That's the only one I can think of
Yeah.
as a performer.
I like it.
Yeah.
And I love the pink too, I have to say. Not a lot of men shy from pink.
Still?
Yeah,
I know, and
I think they do.
Weird, but I do think it can make a comeback. And pink, I always find it fascinating what the most favorite color.
Yes. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, that it can change.
But it's such a power color. Pink.
Power color. I like it. I accept.
Do you have a favorite color that you love?
You know, just I like a turquoise. I don't wear it
Love
enough,
a turquoise.
but I like
Yeah.
wearing plain. I
Yeah.
like how it balances with like complexion.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
really, I think blue works on a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm getting back into blue. I have to say, this is our podcast.
Yeah.
It's very minutia. It's mundane. It's satirical, but and yet so genuine.
And relevant.
And back into
Yes.
blue.
Yeah. yeah.
I was proud of my outfit today because this is my hiking. Like, I could be out there in the woods. I'm not, but
It works.
Here I
think
am.
you're selling veil.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm selling veil. Here I am. I'm in the woods.
Yeah.
Do you do that when you go traveling and you see town aesthetic? Do you ever go, I kind of want to immerse myself in the aesthetic
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. But you know, I know anywhere I go, I'm going to stand out a little.
Right.
Just because.
Right.
You know, but there's times when I'm like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
You know, I'll put on some socks or something.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Put on a Pendleton poncho.
Yeah.
A bolo tie? Why not? Why not?
Oh,
Right.
I think you could rock a bolo tie.
I love a bolo tie. Love a bolo tie. It's something like, ooh, a hint of cowboy.
Right. And not many people do it.
Yeah, it's very like a Texan
Right.
thing. You see like an old man in Texas with a bolo tie.
But I think it could come back.
No, I think it will work too. I think you have to fill out in the chest region. You know?
Yes.
So it's like bulky there, so it'll just lay well.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not like a tie
Yeah.
that can take over.
Yes, so true.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, I was telling you, we know you're a vegan. I
Yes.
looked at your website. I said, okay, vegan. Love it. We are not vegan, but
We support vegan.
we
Thank you.
like vegan. Yeah, we like
vegan world.
we like
to
an
be
option. We
that.
like an option.
I think it's the right choice politically. Do you know what
Yes.
I mean?
It's good
Being
for the
like-
world. It's good for your body.
I think we all should make the move to vegan.
Yes.
That's how I feel. Because they are sentient.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Right.
There's so many reasons, and I love, like, I'm a vegan, as you said at one point, vegan by convenience.
Vegan by
If there's a vegan meal, I love it.
that's what I'm eating.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you vegan? What was your journey to
Okay.
veganism?
So it started vegetarian maybe 15 years ago.
Okay.
And then the move to vegan was just, why not at that point? 'Cause
Right.
I was
You're
easy
already-
to transition in like the lifestyle, but for me, I used to get common colds too often.
Really?
Like monthly.
Mhm.
And I think it was the seafood. I'm not even sure exactly what it was. And you know, I grew up in Baltimore. I grew up in Maryland, like
Right.
home of the blue crab. And
Wow.
Seafood capital. Probably.
yes.
Yes.
And it
Yeah.
was difficult because I loved it so much, but I found that I always had these sore throats monthly, or sniffles or something, and I didn't do all the research to find out exactly what. But once I stopped doing it, I stopped getting sick.
Wow.
I
That's
do not catch
amazing.
colds anymore
Yeah.
at all. And if that was the sacrifice, I was willing to take it. I
Yeah.
travel a bunch.
Oh my
I'm on
God.
the road a bunch.
That's
Yeah, getting
great.
a cold is a
I just hate it.
And you
I,
have it for like 2 weeks too, every
hate it.
time.
right.
I hate colds.
I always feel like with a cold, you're like, you can keep going, but I don't want to. It's almost like I'd rather be extremely inconvenienced where I'm bedridden than having to put up with the cold for, because at
Oh.
least you get to rest.
Yeah.
Right.
But the cold, you have to kind of keep moving about your day.
Yeah,
And
it's just
yeah, it's
lingering.
annoying.
Yeah, and I know everyone's experience and body is, you know,
Everybody's different.
But for me, it lands right there.
You found it. You found it. So do you find it challenging to get the right protein intake? Are you always kind of
Especially
like
on the road.
counting the protein?
No, it's not even about that. Like protein, I think is a myth.
It's
Right.
very in right now. There's so much talk of protein in the zeitgeist in the world.
I'm not saying it's not important, but it is a myth to believe you need this much just so you can survive.
Yeah,
It's
100
really not
grams
even
a day.
serious.
Yeah.
Right. However, if you want to build muscle, yeah, it's part of it.
Right.
You know, but I don't think many do their research when it comes to nutrition at all.
It's
I
right.
think we all heard something or we are raised a certain way
Yeah.
and we feel like we should do something. Like if you ask someone, what is the basis of your information? They probably heard it on a podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
The
they-
protein narrative is
yeah.
being pushed.
They flipped it on TikTok and they were like, I heard it earlier. Or they always say, I read it. And all they saw was like the caption
Yes.
on a
Right.
TikTok video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like,
It is reading. It counts.
It is.
Right.
I did read it. I also heard it, but
but it's always kind of like, you know, when they're like, it's what caveman's ate, and you're like, well, it's not really, because you only ate what was kind of available
They
to
were
you in your
foraging.
region, and most of it's foraging.
Yeah.
The occasional meaty.
I think I would love foraging. I would be a great forager because you know I love an errand. Yeah, I love an
In
errand.
nature.
Yeah, you're going out. Ooh, a little clover.
Yeah, it's a girl.
Something a little nuts.
It's like a cheese board in nature.
Yeah, you're just moving around, getting your steps in. I think I would thrive in the prehistoric. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's adventurous.
Yeah,
Right.
Just with your friends, you're hanging out. Yeah, that's hilarious.
I would love
Charcuterie.
to move to a foraging community.
You know, do you have favorite vegan dishes? What do you love?
Ooh. Well, I have some that I make.
Oh,
Okay,
yes. This
My
is-
absolute
our stuff.
favorite is deep fried oyster mushrooms.
Oh,
Okay.
yum.
You gather them up. You see
Yeah.
mushrooms.
What kind of breading flour?
I use like a spelt. A
Oh,
spelt.
it's spelt.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a
So it's got a
spelt.
crunch.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has like a crunch to it, and you know the seasoning is really good.
Yeah.
And it's fun and it's light,
Yeah.
but it still gives you a texture if you're looking for it.
Right.
At the end of the day, I think foods are just that. They're textures.
Yes.
I'm a texture
The
girl.
mouthfeel. Yep.
Right. And here's
Yeah.
something I just learned in making the last year, but saying the word out loud just sounds weird, right? So I learned how to make nut meat.
Not me.
Okay,
Oh, it
so out
does.
of actual like peanut or cashews or
You'll grab like some walnuts or some
Okay.
pecans, and then you'll get some mushrooms. You put them in a food processor with like a spoonful of garlic.
Mm-hmm.
You let it sit for an hour. You have to throw in a little oatmeal, just a little,
Oh,
and then
okay.
you let it sit. Then you food process it, and then you blend it all together and you fry it, and it's all the texture of like a taco meat or like a burger meat. And,
Oh, so it's crumbly. It's
Yeah.
crumbly
Like
from
a
the food
tofu.
processor. Okay.
well, even a little like more dense than a tofu.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's delicious.
Yeah, it's interesting. And it has
Yeah.
flavor in it. It just has natural flavor. It exists and it's
Yeah.
there for us. We
Yes.
just have to make those seconds.
right.
And are you doing like mix-ins, kind of doing like a one-pan meal? Or are you throwing other stuff in there?
Oh no, I'll make nachos with it.
Oh, yummy.
Throw it on there. Sometimes I'll just mold it up and extra hard. It's like, oh, it's a burger for the day. And then you dress it up. You dress it up. You throw all the stuff you want on anyway. And
That's what we were doing anyway with meat.
Right, right.
Meat by itself is wonderful. Like chicken, I'm like, you have chicken with no seasoning.
right,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
another
no.
texture.
Yeah,
That is
yeah,
it.
not good.
It's not good. Yeah.
Out there, lion mane mushroom. It is out there.
Oh yeah, the
Seek
lion's
it.
mane.
You can do so much with it.
I love mushrooms. I'm a shroom girl.
Yeah.
Shroom girl. I love
Yeah,
the
so
mushrooms
good.
are so they have like the B12, the vitamins that they have in it are off the charts.
Oh, it's fast. Mushrooms are actually quite fascinating.
They really are their own kingdom.
Yeah. Apparently, from what I gather on TikTok.
Yeah. Where we learn. This is where we learn.
Somewhere in the evolutional process, it was kind of part like animal kingdom and then split. That's why it's like funky. That's why it has like a meaty
Oh, okay.
texture to it.
Mhm.
And if you were doing classifications
Mhm.
where plants and animals are different.
So it's got like the flesh.
Yes.
I love a portobello. A stuffed
I
portobello.
will do more information, but that's what I was
That's all
like,
you're
that makes sense.
No,
because
thanks
it's
for the kickoff.
Yeah.
You get to do the rest of the work at the
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Get to Google. Get to Google it.
Yeah.
Get
All right.
Google.
Now, are you a tofu guy?
All the information. Yes, you can use freaking stuff with some tofu.
I love tofu. And I used to be
love it.
intimidated.
Yes, it is. I am so into. My favorite is soft tofu. So So I just do a soft tofu, and I'll do like a sauce with like garlic and maybe like some chili oil and the sesame oil,
Yes.
little ginger, and just kind of like let it. Yeah, and then just dump it over the soft tofu and have like maybe a little steamed broccoli on the side, and
Absolutely.
it's the best.
Hey, it's pretty simple.
It's so simple.
Like, why was I? Do you ever get that with food where you're like, why was I so intimidated to cook with this?
That's the
Yes, yeah.
thing. You
You get
just
in the
try it
mindset.
one day, or you go to some restaurant near a beach and they have like a scrambled tofu, and you're like, I guess I'll try it. And
Yeah.
then you're like, whoa, I can make this.
Yeah.
This exists.
And it's cheaper than meat.
It's so much cheaper than meat. It's $2.
Yeah, it's very available.
I don't even know how much meat is.
It's
Been a while.
Yeah.
expensive.
Is it?
Well, I just know this from my neighborhood. The one grocery store, we only have really one grocery store, and they're price gouging.
It's the worst grocery store in Manhattan.
It's $16 or $17 for 1 pound of meat.
Whoa.
That's too much.
Is this premium? Is this something? Does it do
It's like
something?
80% lean, which is kind of okay.
Oh.
But it's usually, in Manhattan, it's probably maybe $7, but if you go to the borough, it's $6. So I know that they've just doubled the price.
Yeah.
So meat is expensive. That's the best part when you're buying like vegetables. You're like, so cheap.
Oh, I can get as much veggies as I want.
Right. It's pretty inexpensive.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm working on doing, like you were talking about the mushroom. I want to grow them.
Yeah.
I want to take that leap
Yes.
and grow them in this backyard area I have.
That's
It's like,
amazing.
Just try that. Have you ever thought about truffle hunting?
Oh,
What is that even?
that's when you go. There's
There's groups of people, like meaning like you can go join like Facebook
like a
groups.
mycology,
Yeah, or Reddit.
group. Yeah.
And for some reason, I feel like it's in the northwestern region that's big, and you can just go into the woods and forage for truffles, and they happen to in certain seasons. But maybe the pigs are really good at
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can go
So tell me,
looking for
This
mushrooms.
sounds like an adventure.
It's an adventure.
Yeah,
for
It's
friends.
like
Yeah.
you have to
You have an
find the
animal
group.
friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone has to have a pig so they can like
Yeah.
lead the hunt, and then they'll forage and
And then
pick
you-
out.
It's like
it
Easter
without
egg
the pig,
hunting.
yeah.
You can
Yeah.
do it without the pig as well.
But
Yeah.
like, remember, did you ever go hunting for psychedelic mushrooms?
No. I
Okay,
haven't
it's
had
kind of like that.
experience.
That's hilarious. I've never heard of anybody doing that. That's so dangerous.
Well,
If you get the wrong one.
well, you know which one in I grew up in Texas, so
That's a Texas thing.
You do have to trust us.
Okay, good to know.
But it grows on manure or like cow manure, so you pick up those ones. But that's most of the time it is more fun to do the adventure than
Yeah, it's a quest.
the journey is better than the.
Always.
It is.
A lot
That's
of
what
the
it
time,
is.
yeah.
Right.
It's only a bonus if you get to treat it that.
Yeah. I mean, I would love one truffle mushroom. I don't know how much that is, but I would use it. I would just grate a little bit. Put it on my pasta.
You're not too much.
Truffles are special.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love a truffle.
Right.
I love a truffle. But I want to share this because my mom has she lives in Indiana. She's a very green thumb. And she has a huge garden. They grow veggies, but she has grown mushrooms.
Oh.
And what she got was she went through a phase where she got really obsessed with fungus and mushrooms, and it was like all she
Harder,
would think
right,
about.
than regular plants.
You have to have a totally different. She got like a starter mushroom.
I'm headed to this obsession. Keep
Yeah.
going.
She knows everything about mushrooms. She loves them. She loves the way that they grow. And she basically had like a box that she had them in, but she got like the little starter. She didn't grow them from spores, but she grew them and they ate them and they love them. And they are not that much work.
That's good to know.
Yeah,
And I
that's
know
good
they grow fast.
They grow
Yeah.
fast. Yeah.
Oh yeah, like after a rain, they pop up within hours almost.
Yeah.
Or like the next day, there's like have you ever seen I love them. They're like the ones that are red with white tops. They're almost cartoony like.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll
Like
just grow in your yard.
Toad from Mario.
Yeah, the toadstool.
Right.
Toadstools.
I am totally into any type of like growing your own food, urban farming. Like this is a fantasy. I probably won't do this, but I want to there's these growing kits where it's like a little bookshelf and it's just rows of plants that you just
Right.
have it. It's gorgeous. It
Oh,
looks
yeah, I've
so
seen them.
aesthetic.
Right.
Yeah, and it's got like a little light on it, and you go over there like, oh, here's my it's mostly for sprouts and greens, stuff that grows fast.
Right.
But I think it's great. You just go over, get a little microgreen, you get a little
Absolutely.
basil,
Why
like
not?
how fun. And it looks beautiful because it's like just like having plants in your
The
home.
aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
Now, what do you do as a vegan for like your holiday meals?
Ooh, I actually have been subjected to the tofurkey, and I will say it was bad, very bad.
Yeah, what we do is not invite anyone over. That's
Yes,
what we do.
yeah.
But we have all the stuff. We have the vegan mac,
Yeah.
homemade, the mashed potatoes. What else? We just have mainly a bunch of sides, like
Oh,
some
yeah.
garlic, broccoli.
Oh,
Yeah, it
amazing.
does feel like it's a side.
Yeah, side heavy yams,
Yes.
It would be
things like that.
fine with, I don't even really like turkey. Who even really said, like, always dry?
Yeah.
Just make Thanksgiving on the sides.
That's the best part.
And then maybe I make my mushrooms.
Yeah,
They're a highlight,
mushrooms.
especially if you have not had them. They're like a treat. They're like a surprise.
I want them.
Well, I like
It's not
anything
delicious.
fried, so I'm delicious.
Yeah, anything fried, please.
Yeah.
Now, how about desserts? Do you have any special desserts that you like? Are you kind of into sugar, or are you just like abstain?
No, I'm finding myself into sugar more. I've never been like a sweet tooth guy. But
Interesting.
my wife, she always has been, and I'm telling her, and I'm like, I'm starting to get it, and that like brightens her day.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
So right now, not so much making stuff. I'll just grab this is very new for me. I'll grab a chocolate bar
Ooh,
and
okay.
just
okay.
have it in the fridge and just snack throughout
Oh,
the
the
day.
nibble.
That's like the new me.
So, like,
Oh, it's naughty.
it's like
Naughty.
decadent, but not. I don't know.
yeah.
There's something where you're like French.
Yes.
Yeah, you have a hazelnut in it or something.
Oh,
I think
nibble.
high class just to have to keep it simple.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Like, why are we going so extreme with our desserts when this simple chocolate bar is
there.
suffice?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, why am I going to Krispy Kreme? Like, it's just way too much.
Right.
And
You can nibble on some chocolate.
Have a
They make it
like a little
fancy.
granola.
I'm
Yeah.
not talking Snickers.
Mhm.
Right,
They got the ones.
High end. Yeah.
I was just
Break
thinking,
it off.
the person that invented adding salt to sweets,
Oh.
Oh my gosh. Game changer.
why did it take so long?
Yeah.
Well, I just felt like in the last 10 years, that's been the trend, is like, add some salt to your dessert.
Yeah, throw it in.
Throw it in, but it adds to it so much more. But like a little crunchy salt to the chocolate is wonderful.
Oh, I love it. It's
Yeah.
originally it's part of the recipe when you're making chocolate, just to balance things. But
Right.
someone must have had a heavy hand.
Yes.
And then they did it. They
Yeah.
tasted it and they were like, oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Delicious.
I found it.
Delicious.
I found it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Have you ever put salt on watermelon? People in my family do that sometimes, just salting it like before they take a bite
It's
out
that
of
thing.
it.
It's still
It
the
is.
balance.
It's and also like the texture almost to have like the grainy salt.
You know what
against
I kind of think? It's like we were just stuck in like an Anglo culture, and it just took for another culture to be like,
bland.
we've been doing this the whole time.
Very
And
bland,
we're like,
yeah.
oh, whoops. You're just not adding seasoning to our stuff.
That is actually it. We just need to expand our horizons.
Yeah.
All these silly things
Yeah.
we talk about have been going on for decades.
Yes.
And we're
I
talking
just
about like they're
discovered-
brand new.
I'm like, have you ever had ginger and garlic? It's wild.
They're like, we've been doing this for millions of years. Whenever I think of cooking, I'm just blown away. How did you guys come together and realize this tasted good?
How did you come up with these pairings? Yes, it's so wild.
It
Yeah.
must have taken like thousands of years.
Trial and error.
I think they were all mistakes.
Yeah.
I think it was
Yes.
all, I thought I had the paprika.
Yeah.
I had the wrong thing. And I'm like, well, what'd you put in it? Ginger? Whoa! We got
Way
it.
better, yeah.
That's how we discovered all of this. Turmeric? Like,
Right.
we're just hearing about it. There's no
Oh,
way
yeah.
this could have just started.
Oh my god.
You know, I got into turmeric during the pandemic, and it's actually supposed to be so good for your.
Best
This
part
is.
when your friend is like,
I'm into turmeric. I was doing lattes, the golden latte. But you know, the thing about turmeric is it's supposed to be very good for your skin. It's supposed to be very good. So I was like, of course I'm doing my pandemic pastimes of like going in a YouTube rabbit hole, and I'm like, I'm gonna make a face mask. I made a face mask with the turmeric. I don't know if I got the ratio wrong, but it actually stained my face yellow for a while, and I was like, oh, this is good for a skin of a different culture. This was we learned. Yeah, I know, how awful. Thank God I couldn't leave my home.
I think that's what the pandemic was. We all left with something.
Yes.
Like, I think it was maybe one thing that was the accomplishment from it. In mine, this is important.
Oh, yes.
I even encourage you.
Yes.
Like, everyone, but especially men as well, learn how to fix something.
Ooh, very sexy, very
I
sexy.
know how to fix faucets. I can fix anybody's sink. I'm nice with it. Like, I watched other videos. I don't know if I watch the videos anymore.
Oh my gosh.
It's really
That's
impressive.
amazing.
Yes.
Very empowering. Very empowering.
It is because I have the mindset of like, oh, I can do this by myself, but then when you start doing it, you're like, I need it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, in the very beginning, no, I'm a step-by-step watch the YouTube person.
Right.
And it was landing. And then I got cocky. I went and fixed the sinks that weren't even really a problem with them.
Right.
I was
Like,
just
there he
going to
goes, there
enhance
he
it and
goes.
everything. I was on a sink mission, you know, and I started posting videos because I was so proud of my sink prep. And
Oh, I love it.
my
This is
skill levels.
content.
You know,
Confidence probably shot up a little bit too.
it absolutely did because I got a little tool
So
belt.
great. Oh, I love it.
With the tools to fix faucets,
Oh my
you know.
gosh.
It was to the point where I was getting DMs.
Wow.
I was getting
Wow, a
DMs.
side hustle.
Yeah, well, no, I had to turn it off. I had to not.
It's
I'm not
too much.
allowed. Well, here's the thing. My wife is not going to allow me to go fix another woman's sink.
Yeah,
Right,
So that's the
right.
thing.
That's
But I'm
right.
like, no, this is a business. This is a side hustle. We can win.
Yeah.
She's like, no.
Oh my
No.
goodness. It feels like that would be like a good angle for an OnlyFans for a guy.
Sink fixing guy.
Sink fixing.
Or just even to have you like just going live and fixing the sink because I feel like people would watch that. It's the more mundane on OnlyFans. You have to brand yourself.
You
Break
do.
out. Just watch me fix a sink.
Or
I'm
did you
not
bake up for your own?
opposed.
Not opposed.
Yeah, not opposed.
I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah.
I
have
really like
a
this.
tool belt, a fanny pack. Maybe that's it.
and
Fix
and a
the sink.
charisma about you.
Oh, that's the takeover.
Wait, so like, did it just start with your own sink and then
Yeah,
it?
that was a problem.
Yeah.
It was a problem, and it was like, all right, I have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Right.
And it went from there.
I was doing Zoom shows.
Yeah.
Right. And then you have
Like-
the other 13 hours of the day, kind of.
Right.
Yeah. So you might as well.
See,
fix
I
things.
was like, I had that. I was like, I'm gonna get really good at blackjack.
Yeah,
Oh.
I remember that.
Yeah. I was like,
You know how to count cards?
No, I never did it. I never did it. I got a book and I was like, this is so much harder than I thought, and I abandoned it immediately.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if I had any self-discipline, I could be the blackjack. I mean, look at me, I'm such a great shark. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
You're
Right.
playing percentages.
Yeah.
And to pull that out of nowhere, you know, like sometimes the card game comes
Everyone, yeah.
Yeah, and then we're like, Katie.
What?
Where did you get the skill?
I have a double life.
I feel like I have fantasies like that where you have a secret skill set that no one knows about until the time. And you're like, I had no idea.
You're like in Russia, all of a sudden speaking Russian.
Yeah.
They're like, what?
You mean paddles?
Yeah. Yeah. Now, so you mentioned you have a backyard.
Yes.
Which to us sounds
Decadent.
so
luxurious.
incredible. Tell us about your outdoor space. Like,
I
what's
think-
going on out there?
I'm in a weird place where I'm super grateful, and I even feel weird discussing it because it. Yeah. So, all right. So, what I did is I added a deck to the second
Oh my
floor.
gosh.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Goes out of my bedroom window, and you oversee this
Oh my
backyard.
gosh. You built it or you had it built?
No.
I was like, wow, you really went all in on the
We
sink.
would have fell through my deck. I can fix nothing else but
Yeah.
sinks. And I can fix other stuff too. It's just when I'm done, it's not fixed.
Yes.
You know, it's the problem. But
Temporary
there's a section over there where I think, what were we talking about? I think I'm going to build, like put fruit and do gardening
Oh,
stuff.
beautiful.
But my wife, man, like that's kind of like my content is she's older, you know, and she's home and
Yeah.
she's just looking for things to do. So she's taken over the backyard.
Okay.
And that's been a little obsessed. She has an obsession on it. And
Yes, you took the back seat on this one.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Did
I'm
you get
like,
a little cove for yourself?
No.
A man corner.
No.
A man-
no.
A little secret garden.
I want a secret garden. And I saw one and I was like, ooh, a cherry tree. We were at like the
beautiful.
green section of Lowe's or something. And I'm like, oh, that's what I want. And she's like, wow.
Yeah.
And she wants to control the cherry tree that we haven't even purchased yet. So I just like, just let her have it.
Yeah,
Let's move on.
Yeah.
Well, I just love, when you go to the West Coast and you see that people have those beautiful citrus trees. I mean, I find it so, because I'm from the Midwest, to see stuff like that, it's magic to me. I'm like, oh my gosh, an orange growing. Like,
There's a lemon growing over my fence.
Yeah, just get a lemon, put it in your water. Like, that's
It's
it.
right there.
It's so cool. That's why I love the West Coast. It's beautiful.
I would like, I like the steak tree.
Oh, a
In
fig.
Astoria, people have those like gondolas.
Oh, the little figs.
Yeah.
I stayed at an Airbnb in Portland one time, and the house that I was at had like an Italian plum tree, and they were just dropping on the ground. They were like, yeah, you can eat them. Beautiful. Oh, that'd be so good. Oh yeah, they're amazing. Yeah, you're like getting diarrhea. You're like,
I'm here for it.
too many.
Does it blow your mind that you can go and get your food
Right.
outside? Like,
That's
can't
actually
make it
where
a free
food
thing.
comes. That's actually where food comes from. It's just like outside growing.
It's
yeah.
for you for the taking.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
And then you pick 3 things and you grow them, and you have 3 things.
You only have 3 things.
Maybe
Yeah,
if
you're
you
like,
collab with the neighborhood, they
Yeah.
could get 3 different things, and then we could just be a community that shares food.
I do have a fantasy of living like a commune life, but they always seem to turn dark.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the movies, all of a
It
sudden
starts with
one
sharing
guy-
fruit. Yeah, then we are
all
fucking each
have
other.
sex.
Yeah.
It's the day we know the storm's coming.
Yeah.
Everyone starts
Like,
pouring all the water.
I like that's the kind of life that I want, but it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
Or, like everybody has to be on board.
Yeah, a utopia is tempting.
It's tempting, but it's hard to maintain, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm on my journey, as you know, of getting I get a CSA. I'm starting to get a CSA box of like local produce from New Jersey, which is going to be nice because it'll be a mix. But then that's also hard because, of course, then you're like, oh my god, I'm having a craving for a mango. Like they don't have mangoes, so you're not gonna. You have to go to the store for your things that you're addicted to that are from like that have been flown miles and miles.
So what do you do in your backyard? What's your main go-to?
My main go-to in the backyard is just kind of sitting and living in peace.
And do you have kids?
Yeah.
And they play back there. It must be so
No,
nice.
because they're not kids. They're like adults.
Oh, they're big.
Yeah, they're like,
big kids.
They're like big kids.
Oh
So
my
they
gosh.
go out there to get away from us.
Right.
Okay.
And then we end up seeing them on their phones, like FaceTiming.
Oh my god, selfie in the garden.
That's like. Is that I feel like that's a sore spot for a lot of parents.
Which part? Trying to get away from us?
No, of like watching your kids be on the like electronic stuff. But then I was like, we watch TV all the time growing up.
Yeah, there comes a point when you're just over it. At the end of the day, you just want your child to want to do something and pursue it eventually.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you're
That's
wanting.
it. Just so they can support themselves one day without us.
Yeah.
They're going to need us for most of the time. We're happy to be there. But when they just solely rely on us completely, we have to figure out which kid is just going to stay with us and which one we'll tolerate.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
You're like, I guess you do want one kid that stays home so he can take care of you.
That's your. Well, if you slip and fall on the ice or something.
Yeah, you could have one kid.
Yeah, that's tricky, but that's why I think it's important to have girls.
Right.
Yes.
Girls
you gotta
are
get a
just
girl
more
in there.
likely to do that, and we have all boys,
Oh
so
my
they're
gosh.
leaving us. They're going to take care of her family once they...
Yeah. Is the whole family vegan? Did you raise the kids vegan?
Well, we did, but they got old enough to purchase their own stuff, so
Oh
now
my
they're
gosh.
going back to that vicious
Well,
lifestyle.
yeah, they'll know when they get a cold. They'll know when they get a cold.
Now they can do whatever they want, but my youngest is 14, and he's still doing it because we buy this food.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's the only one, and it's a weird way to say it, but he values animals the most.
Yeah.
He views it through that lens where it's like, oh, I'm eating an animal. The rest of us have our other reasons, like, oh, we're just doing it, we don't want to get sick. But he sees it like, how would I eat a bear?
Right.
Yeah.
It's fascinating because, like, I have an 18-month-old, and so he watches Miss Rachel, and she's kind of listening to like animal farming and it's really adorable. But he's been eating, we give him like chicken tenders every now and then, and he goes, so he knows that he's eating a live thing, and I thought that would be upsetting to him, but I was like, I guess I didn't.
You think it's funny, apparently.
Do it if that's part of your life thing, or like that's how you're brought in up.
Yeah.
Right? That's you just accept it.
Yeah.
The thing is,
But I was thinking he would be like, oh, that's no different. Yeah.
Someone's going to plant a seed. It's either going to be you or his circle.
Right.
So whenever he's like in his social group and they're like, well, what are you doing?
Right.
That's how they make decisions. Like, like one particular, his friends were not vegetarian.
Yeah.
So he was embarrassed to be a vegetarian.
Well, you get shamed.
Yeah.
And I think it's in therapy. There's always one person that's like, oh, you have to make another dish for the vegetarian. Like, you feel like a pariah a little bit in social
And it's hard at that age when you're like, you're trying to blend in so you're not ostracized.
Right.
Or being like weird.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like weird.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, you get it.
What's wrong?
Then you're like, you guys are the
You guys are the weird ones.
Yeah.
I never offer this information. I'm only bringing it up because you brought it up.
Yeah.
I'm never one to offer. People don't even know unless, well, my page.
I saw on your Instagram, it was like, send me vegan restaurants. I was like, oh, fun.
Yeah, I love them. I love that new experience.
Yeah, there's a great vegan restaurant by me, and I'm in Manhattan on the east side, and it's called Candle, and it's like all vegan. It just feels like so luxurious to go in there, where it's like, you know that it's going to be so much healthier for you than like a burger. It's like like fine dining. I love it.
You enjoy it differently.
You enjoy it
It's gonna be
differently.
lighter
Yeah.
and you feel a certain way.
You do. You don't leave feeling like, when you go to a barbecue or something, where it's so much meat and you're just like leaving like, overeating and feeling sluggish.
Most of life is mental. It really is.
It really is.
How we feel and the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then after a while, you're like, I can't be done. You're like, I can't do dry food.
Yeah. You're like, I've got to cut out so much that destroys my body.
It inflames me.
Yeah. Now, do you have any so you've been doing stand-up for years, and
Yes,
do you have any several years,
Whoa.
several many years? Do you have anything that's like keeps you going as a creative, like I wouldn't say like a spiritual practice, but like a creative mental practice to be like, okay, it's an intense job.
Yeah.
Working your brain for jokes, it can be.
Absolutely.
Yeah, tell us about that.
I'm still chasing that joke. I'm chasing that bit that people talk about.
Ooh.
I want that one. And it may not even exist, but I'm still chasing it. It's like a ghost.
Yes.
Every once in a while, I'll write something and there'll be feedback, and you're like, oh, that's funny. Oh, I love that joke. And I'm like, great. And then I get bored of it.
Right.
It's new, you love it in the beginning, and then you're like, all right, well, I need more.
Yeah.
Right.
I need
Where's the
this
new
feeling
joke?
again.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm chasing, and I just want the one.
Right. I always feel like it's the bit that kind of like defines you.
It's like
That's you.
That's an interesting thing because everyone
it's the perfect
sees you at
expression
a
of
different
yourself.
time.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Some are just discovering you
Yeah. Yes.
years later. Now,
Right.
what are they going to see first?
Right.
Know my past, and they're like, why don't you talk about that? And you're like, because I did 10 years ago. So I'm kind of over it. It's not even a big part.
I read this great book. I think it was called Mind Magic, or like the Hidden Treasures of Your Mind, something. I'll put it in the notes. Hi, Mark. And it was all about like creativity, like seeking out the creative process in order to find these beautiful treasures that we all have hidden in our minds. And it's like, you never know what can come out of there. So you might as well just like try to get a creative practice going, because you just might find something incredible. Just like, it's like what they say, like,
Take mushrooms.
yeah, when you take mushrooms, we are one. We're all one. They're a little oyster mushroom.
Natural drugs.
They say the journey. It's the journey within, not who cares about like outside.
Well, I do believe that the times that I get the most creative is when you actually are forced to be. Do you know what I mean? Where if you do a practice of, I've gotten in the mindset of like I'm trying to get my Instagram. So now I'm just posting every joke that comes to mind as more of like, I'm just going to keep posting. But then what inadvertently happens is that it feels like you're just digging deeper and deeper, and that you're always coming up with stuff that I feel like if I didn't do that, then I wouldn't be doing anything.
Absolutely, because the critic gets you. The inner critic is like, that's not done.
It's not done. So moving past just being important, I don't care if the joke's bombing or not. Just like keep putting stuff
Keep
up.
digging.
Just keep digging.
I love it.
That I
The
feel
fact
like
that you're
it's
able
there.
to dig is that's the power.
That's the power.
That's the journey. Keep scraping that. What are those things? Those ice. those frozen cups of ice.
Oh, like
the ice.
Sorbet.
a sorbet, a water ice.
Yeah, like the water ice. You
Yeah.
scraping it.
Yeah.
And I think that's that's what you enjoy.
So it is, so satisfying. Now, what we always ask people on our podcast is about, going on like a journey. Sometimes it's something you're into, like, I'm really into this musical artist, or I'm really into like this skincare, self-practice, or like I'm really into overnight oats, and then you're like, no, I hate them. You have them for 2 weeks, and you're like, I can never have them again.
Yeah, the thing that like brings you joy, or that you feel like it's going to change your life.
That that you'll ultimately probably
for the
fall.
positive.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you have
So,
something like that going on
is there
with you?
something that I'm searching or chasing that's like going to be life changing?
Yeah. Are you on a journey? Are you
Am
on a
I
journey?
Yeah,
on
what's
a
your
journey? What's your journey?
thing that's giving you life right now?
Yes.
Like, your little secret at home thing. You know
What is-
what I mean?
What is my
They're drinking.
life thing? Well, I'm obsessed with Reddit.
Oh, okay.
And I'm
He's just
reading.
got into that world.
I love Reddit.
It's addictive to me, and I'm finding like there's many more. I knew there were a lot of perspectives.
Yes.
Now there's a lot of
It's really wild.
brilliant people.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
And there's trash out there as well.
Yes.
But you can find like the brilliance. And then there's people who see me and they're just like, I could never do what you do. And now I'm just trying to break open my mind and really just kind of channel something new. I think it's important for me to get out of balance. I've always been a guy that just wants to write and perform that. And now I'm trying to live outside that box a little more, just in life. And when I do it in life, it'll kind of come to me on stage.
Yes.
So just a bit more adventurous.
Yeah, changing it up. I love it. Reddit is fascinating because you'll see people on there that will write the most introspective, like a treatise. And then you're like, who is this person? It's just like a normal person who's smart. You're like, how are you not trying to monetize that? Like, that's all I'm doing is like, could this be, is this something? Is this something? Yeah. Then it's like, this is just an intelligent person who gets it.
I'm following the life right now of a male massage therapist and his life difficulties and his struggles. And it's painful because the world is kind of being taken from him.
Wow.
He doesn't know what to do in that specific industry. And I'm just going and just following his life.
Wow.
And I'm so intrigued. This could be a documentary. Maybe he doesn't know it, but it's intense. I'm learning through him.
This is wild.
I'm learning through his life how I should approach and who I should be.
There's so many parallels.
I really would like to walk in other people's shoes.
Yeah.
I think that would be such a gift to have, to know what other people are going through. Sometimes you're like, that doesn't make any sense. And then when they explain it to you and that what you're like, I can actually kind of see why you do the things that you do.
That's why I feel like I just never argue with people because I'm like, I'm sure you.
I know.
I'm sure you have a reason.
Right.
Yeah.
There's so much more.
Right.
Yeah.
There's so much.
Right.
Even your brothers and your sister, if you grew up in the same family, they have a completely different experience.
It's truly wild, and we're so dissociated from it. It's like, oh, that's my friend, but it's like everyone is just in a body doing a thing.
Right. Because sometimes I'll think, I'm like, why do I think the certain way that I think of like a certain issue? And then I know that there's a lot of people on the opposite side. And I'm like, I'm not going to say they're wrong because if there's so many people thinking this, then there's got to be some truth behind it.
Yeah.
So I'm like always intrigued about listening to I'm like, change my mind. That should be a show.
Yeah.
called
Change my mind.
My
Ooh,
mind.
Change my mind.
That's what I find like on Reddit, you find people like grasp nuance in such a way that you're like, oh my God, they don't have that in the news. That's not in the news. But I use it for evil purposes too, though. I use it because I have, I'm on there on wedding shaming. I got married recently. And the wedding shaming, I mean, it's just a
That sounds
delight.
entertaining.
Oh, it is such a delight. I mean, of course, you know what it is immediately. It's just people posting when like their cousin, served Arby's at their wedding or whatever. It's like just
Strong opinions on innocuous.
there's a lot of moms wearing
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of moms wearing white dresses, or like an aunt showing up in a ball gown, like a wedding gown, and like and then people just rip them to pieces.
It's like reading your favorite reality show.
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Yes.
It's very much that.
Do you have a strong opinion on a small topic? Like something that you're like,
No, I hear what you're saying.
I love small opinions. I have strong opinions on like things that don't matter
Yes.
in the scheme of things.
Like I die when people wear pajamas to the airport. I die. I feel like it's disrespectful to yourself. You have to get up, and I don't want to see. It's like wearing a dirty underwear to the airport. It's like you were sleeping in it.
Well, what I'm finding is I'm a fan of angry people. I'm jealous of these people
Yes.
because they have this passion.
Yes.
Passion to just be on one side so strongly, and I feel like that's part of my lack. Part of my lack is I'm just the overview and I just decide.
Okay.
Sometimes I just pick a side just to be on the side to just be entertained.
Yes.
You know, but I like the people that are just frustrated.
Yeah.
And they wake up pissed off. Like, you know what? Maybe you're unhappy and maybe this is some form of depressant or some sort. But you know what? That's a gift. If you were
It's
in
so
my
powerful.
field, if you were in my field and you could hate something passionately, that's what I tune into.
Yeah.
Right, because it's fascinating.
It is.
Right.
It just carries you.
Because some people are really passionate about some people like my sister-in-law hates nurse practitioners. She's a doctor. And she can't stop talking about them.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a world I'm not even I don't know about, but I'm like, why is she so
She could have an amazing vowel.
Right,
She's
yes.
not alone.
Yeah.
Well, Greg Warren had a bit about nurse practitioners, and she's like, I feel so seen.
That's so
The
funny.
only comic that spoke to her about, nobody's talking about.
Yeah, nobody's talking about the nurse. Well, I do have a nurse practitioner, Henry. Thank you so much for my prescriptions. We meet once a month, and I would not be able to do it without him.
Right.
So, but Mike, as we're wrapping up here, is there anything that you are promoting a special out now or something like that we can draw our beautiful journeyers to?
That's what I suggest.
Yes.
So I just filmed a dry bar special,
Amazing.
which is my second one.
Okay.
So there's a first one that I think everyone should watch.
I'm gonna
so
watch
that
it.
They get a taste of it, and I like everything about how it was produced.
Okay.
And that is available on YouTube or the Dry Bar app. And it's great because as much as I want to go in that direction, I don't think I'm that clean.
Okay.
You know?
Right. It's fun in a way for the boundaries and the structure, but yeah, sometimes it's not authentic.
I dumped off all of my clean content.
Okay.
So now I'm just filth. So now when people come to my show, it's everything that I have left.
Yeah,
After
the
midnight.
new you. Yeah,
right.
love it.
So I think that's my new direction. And it's going to be weird for anyone that comes to my show. If they're looking for clean, I'm straight filth.
Right.
It's
Then
been a
the filth
rebrand.
people are going to hear some
So funny.
squeaky stuff.
I'm balancing your universe because I want to go clean. Because
She has all cum jokes. That's her act.
Yeah.
No, she has 4. She has just.
I just have 4, but sometimes you're like, it's just ridiculous after. So you feel silly after a while. But you're like,
You need some in your pocket, though.
You need a couple.
because it's life. It's what happens. I don't know why people can when they're like, I just love you because you're so clean. You're like, listen, the great things also happen to dirty.
Yeah.
Well, life is messy too.
I feel that struggle because I feel like I have about 18 jokes about sharding or diarrhea or some kind of. I mean, if I counted it, if I put them all in a set, which I have sometimes, it's and that's the 5th one. But people, I think they don't notice. I think people don't notice. It's just an easy punchline. Uh-oh, I farted.